Hello, beautiful people of the fragrance community. Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding you well. I wanted to check in more or less just to let y'all guys know that several days ago, I had the opportunity to share a live stream with Brian over at My2Scents, and I am completely honored. Thank you, Brian. It was an absolute pleasure getting to know you better as a person, and hopefully it is the first of many live streams that we share together. For those of y'all who are unable to tune in to that live stream, I will be replaying a full version of that live stream now. Hopefully it gives you the opportunity to get to know me a little bit better as a person. I hope a bit of my personality is able to convey through. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the live stream. I hope you guys enjoy.
Tonight, I have a special guest, Michael from iSMELL, an up-and-coming fragrance channel. But I want to get to know Michael. I've never met him before. We've talked together over social media, but we've never actually met each other. So I'm excited about this. Michael has a new channel, quite young, but he is the best-looking guy in FragCom. At least that's what he says. So we'll see. Well, I guess you know what, Michael. I see you sitting down there. I'm gonna go ahead and get you on here. You and I can get to know each other. Here you go. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? What's
up? How you doing, man?
You're looking dapper.
Always, man. I gotta be the godfather of the not FragCom, fragrance family.
There you go. There you go.
Dan can be the king of FragCom. I'm gonna be the godfather of fragrance.
Oh, and Dan changed his live stream time. So
he does it. He's done it like 4 times.
Yeah. I was actually on his stream for about 20 minutes yesterday, and I was plugging your channel. I was like, Brian's having a live stream. I'm gonna be on it. So
that's why Dan's like, screw it, I'm doing it at 3.
I thought that's what it was, man. I was like, oh shit, look what he did. He like made it the exact same time. Usually he does it later in the evening, but then he changed it last minute again. So I guess he doesn't want to compete with us, I mean, me and you are one of the, better looking reviewers on YouTube. So
nah, dude, I'm the ugliest reviewer on YouTube. You're the best looking.
Get out of here, bro.
Chris, good to see you. Good to see everybody rolling in here. So as you can see, I guess I'll do a quick update and let you guys know what's going on. Every Saturday we're going to be doing this at 3:30. Until YouTube tells me to quit. So I want to get some special guests on here, get reviewers. I've got some perfumers and owners of some you are quite handsome. You are quite handsome. But I've got some perfumers and reviewers and some owners of some brands in the works. But most of that's going to happen after the beginning of the year, just because, I mean, everybody's tied up. Oh, there's Ken. Oh, you can't see the chat, Ken? That's great. All right. So, Michael, I'm here to get to know Michael, and I'd like you guys to get to know Michael as well. He has a YouTube channel. I'm sure you've seen me promote it before, and I will continue to continuously do so. But, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself there.
I'm a regular guy, man. Regular Texas boy, born and raised my entire life, I decided to start this whole YouTube channel thing, and man, it's been a blast. I've been like, I don't know, since June or whatever, but it's been a blast so far, man. I'm getting to know, I don't know how it's happened. I think it's a bit of trolling and a bit of just in general my personality, but somehow it seems like, I've cracked through and I've got to meet a lot of cool people along the way. So, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying the journey, to say the least. I mean, thanks to channels like, when I think about it, like when I actually think about it, Mike from the Fragrance Wardrobe was probably the first one to reach out and shout me out. I don't know if it's because he's from Texas as well. I think he's in Dallas. So maybe it's that, Southern hospitality. But yeah, he was the first one to reach out to me. And then Tyler, Simply Scents, he's been awesome. You've been awesome, obviously. I trolled my way straight onto Dan's live streams by calling myself.
Dude, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this guy has got some balls. That's awesome. I was like, man, I like this kid. I was like, I like this guy, man. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you kind of got to do. I think, you know what I mean? I want people to watch my videos. I know it takes time, and I know it's a craft that you have to develop, and it's a nose that you have to, let mature, and you get to know more fragrances as your journey rolls along. But in general, I feel like just being semi extroverted and having a sense of how to market yourself and how to put yourself out there and how to network, all those things definitely don't hurt. So, and
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm like an innate troll as it is. So it's like the whole trolling people's like comments, I'm sure I did it to you. I definitely did it to Tyler because he was like, hey man, your comments aren't going to be seen if you keep trolling everybody. And I was like, but you're responding to me right now, right? That's the idea. This isn't going to be a long-term thing,
Well,
but at the
it worked.
moment, I need visibility. So
Mhm. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you caught my attention, you know, and I remember the comment. It was like, "Hey, man, I just started a YouTube channel. Come check it out." And I was like, "Okay." So I did, and that was it. And then I found out you were from Austin, and I lived in Austin for 3 years.
yeah, didn't
You
you
know,
work at Opal Divine, or you
yeah.
ran the bar, or you did
I was
something
the general
logistics?
manager of Opal Divines on 6th Street and the one that used to be on South Congress next to the strip club Expose.
Oh, nice. So you had a lot of people come in from the strip club or go to the strip club
Tons of them, and I
first.
never had to worry about change. Like on the weekends, I never had to go to the
They
bank for
always
change.
had they always
Yeah, I'd
had
go next
cash in
door.
the club.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
walk in the back door where all the, because it's usually in the morning, so that we classified all the strippers by A, B, or C, like A squad,
Yeah.
B squad, and C squad. And so by the time, like when I had to go to the back door to the manager's office to get ones and stuff, because that's all they ever had was
Yeah.
ones. And yeah, the C squad would be in there. So I mean, it wasn't anything
The
crazy.
C squad. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So I look like a youngin, but I mean I'm probably similar age as you, but like in my heyday now I'm settled down and obviously, but I used to date a waitress from a strip club at the Rick's Cabaret, bro.
Oh, I know Rick's.
Yeah, it was a crazy season in my life for sure. That's a crazy lifestyle to try to keep up with.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So what got you into fragrances, man? Like,
Um, yeah, you know what, man? I knew this question was gonna come up, and so I think that the whole like what got you into fragrance is kind of ambiguous because I've kind of been into fragrances my whole life.
cool.
The better way to maybe explain that is when was the first time I smelled a fragrance, and that was as a super young. And I remember I was at my grandmother's house. We called her Grand Manor, and I was in my grandpa's bathroom. I opened up his medicine cabinet or whatever, and I saw something called Cool Water in there. And I was like, oh man, that looks kind of cool, quote unquote. So he had Cool Water and Old Spice. And from then on, I was just like, man, that's obviously really cool. You know, that he has this bottle, it smells good. It kind of is captivating, kind of hypnotic the first time you smell a fragrance and you realize that that's even a thing. So yeah, that was the first time I probably like smelt a fragrance. And then my dad, I wouldn't say he had the best taste in fragrances per se, but he wore Jupe as probably everybody in the 80s did, and he wore
Yeah.
CK Escape. Those were the two fragrances that he wore. And then I didn't really like his fragrances, and he had a buddy come stay with him one time, and he had Polo Green, and I thought that was like the craziest thing I'd ever smelt in my life. I didn't know, I didn't like it necessarily,
Smells
but
like
I
a
was like,
forest.
yeah, but I was, you know what I mean? I'm like 12, 13. So these are my first experiences with fragrance. And then as I transition into actually being like 16, 17, that's when I like realized Aqua di Gio was out there. That's what I was wearing. Aqua di Gio and then Very Sexy for him. And so it was which is a Victoria's Secret fragrance.
I'm very familiar with it. I used to hate having to go into Victoria's Secret to buy it. I felt so weird when I was a kid. I was
Yeah,
like,
I thought I was such a
boobs,
Yeah,
fragrances.
I thought I was such a playboy. I was like, oh yeah, I got this very sexy cologne. It has pheromones in it, and I get to tell people I smell very sexy. Like it was like this whole thing. It was so cheesy, but yeah.
Awesome, man. So what was the first fragrance that you actually got for yourself? Like, what was the oldest memory of a fragrance that you got for yourself?
Yeah, so I was working at 16. Yeah, I was working. So Aqua di Gio, I was pretty self-sufficient. I wouldn't say that it was more nature versus nurture for me.
Right.
So yeah, at that point I was buying my own fragrances. And I would say the two fragrances were Aqua di Gio and Very Sexy from Victoria's Secret,
So those
which
two.
back in the day, yeah, which back in the day, I remember Aqua di Gio, like you'd spray it and it'd last forever. Like
Oh yeah.
it's not the same as it was today. And then when I moved to Austin around, I don't know, 2005. So I've been out here for a while. And then I remember getting Armani Code. And then like that was just a crazy transition in my life. So I have like negative scent memories attached, or scent memories attached to that. So it was just till recently that I got reacclimated with that scent profile, because for the longest time I was like, I don't ever want to smell that again. So
I've got a few of those. I got a
yeah.
few, and I don't know. I mean, I've been wearing fragrances for so long. I have quite a few. I have a lot of positive memories and quite a few negative memories collaborated with a lot of fragrances. So I just had to grin and bear it and be like, you know what, screw it, I don't care. I love this fragrance. Like one reminds me of an ex-fiance of mine, and it's Atelier from Atelier Cologne, and it's California Clementine, California. I have a decant of it, and I'm purposely got a decant so I could, because I love it, but I just want to like erase that memory out of my mind.
Yeah, that's tough. So
yeah.
what brought you to Austin? Were you born in Texas?
No, my ex-wife got a full ride to Texas State University.
Oh, okay.
So I moved down there in 2000. Oh, it's so long ago. Let's see. 2008, I got married, and I moved down there 10 days. No, 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks after I got married. So 2008, then I moved away in 2011. So she went to school, and I just worked. And so I worked at Opal's. I started at Opal's. That was the first job I got. I started serving, and then they moved me up to bartender real quick, because I went from like a managing position in Tennessee, just leaving that, moving to Texas on a whim. I lived in Kyle, right outside.
Oh,
right outside. Yeah. So that was like a good spot in between Austin and San Marcos.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I live in Manor, which I tell people because it's easy that I live in Austin, but
North
technically I live in Manor because you can get a lot more house for the
yes,
price.
you can.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
So I bought a house in Manor. I've been at this house now for about a year and a half, so I'm officially a homeowner. So that's really cool. But yeah, we tried to look in Austin, and it just wasn't happening. But Kyle is similar to Manor in the sense that it's both kind of considered like farmland in a sense, almost.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, not so much anymore. I mean, last time I was there was 2 years, a little over 2 years ago, and Kyle is completely different.
It's blown up.
It's blown up. And where I used to live in a neighborhood near Steeplechase. Is it Steeplechase? Yeah, Steeplechase. And like I'm big into disc golf. I had a disc golf course in my backyard, basically. What up, Rich? Good to see you, brother. And Steven, also great to see you as well. But yeah, I went back there, dude. There's apartments built up everywhere, condos. It's ridiculous. Like,
yeah. When we moved here a year ago, it looked like straight just flat land, but now they have entire neighborhoods coming up. Like these homes are coming up so quick, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing, because I know they're gonna start building a lot. Apparently there's a Tesla factory coming over here, but at the same time it's like, man, you don't want the property taxes to go up. So it's like, stay out of Texas.
Yeah, Austin's ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure Austin is still trying to secede from Texas because they are like the blue dot in the red state.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. But not so much. It's not what I remember. But all right. So, what really inspired you to get on YouTube, dude? Like, why'd you do it?
Okay.
You want to be famous, don't you? Look at that face. That's a famous face right there.
I got a very rememberable face. I don't know, man. Okay, so my minor in college is audio engineering. So I had a lot of the equipment already on hand. And then, but as I transition out of like single life into married life, it's like, okay, I'm not really going to be making music anymore like that. But I still have the microphone. I still have like the preamp. I still have like the lights. I still have all this stuff. And then I'm working remote from home because of COVID. So I'm spending more time at home, which means I'm spending more time on YouTube. And then, so I already knew about Jeremy Fragrance, but I didn't know that there was this whole world of YouTubers and reviewers that existed. So I think, okay, so to be honest, what happened is I ended up buying a fragrance on eBay. It ended up being a fake. And
no way. Did you buy it from Russia? You bought it from Russia, didn't you?
I don't know where I bought it from.
It's
I'm gonna
Russian. You
take.
got
I'm
it
gonna
from
take the
Russian.
fifth. I'm gonna take the fifth.
You got
Okay.
Putin's on that one, dude.
Yeah, so I found myself on YouTube trying to find out, did I get a fake? And then I think I just started seeing these reviewers around, and then I started seeing that they were reviewing all these different fragrances. And then next thing you know, I'm getting more fragrances, buying fragrances. It starts to become like a hobby. And then now I'm like almost 100 fragrances in, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll start a YouTube. I'll join some of the Facebook groups so I can start showing off my collection. And then I just realized there was a whole bunch of like douchebags and assholes on there. I was like, this is not like qualitative. Like, I'm not like, it's not serving me to do this. I kind of like want to be actually seen and heard. And so I'm like, you know what? I could just do this myself. Like, what's the harm in just starting a channel? There's literally no harm in this. And so I just, you know what I mean? Jumped off the porch and started doing it more or less. Yeah,
That's
it's not
awesome,
really,
man.
yeah, it wasn't really like this long drawn out thing. I did spend some time like kind of conceptualizing what my plan was going to be for YouTube and what my logo was going to be and like exactly how I was going to approach it, like my actual approach and doing it. But, it wasn't like this, a lot of people, they just procrastinate, and then other people, they just do it. And I'm kind of one of those people that will just go out and do something. Kind of
That's
like
good.
jumping on Dan's live stream. I'm not really a scary type of dude. I'll just jump out there and make a fool out of myself if I have to.
I am too, man. I can talk to anybody. I mean, that's just kind of how I've always been. But why did you come up with the name iSMELL? I have to know, dude.
Okay, we talked about this a little bit on Dan's stream yesterday. So okay, so when I made music, so I did a little bit of writing music too. So I wanted something that was like a double entendre or a triple entendre. And I smell can mean a lot of different things. It's like, like I smell like I smell bad, but it's also like I smell fragrance notes, but it's also like everybody has an iPhone now and everything's like iMovie, iPhone, iWatch, or you know what I mean? Like everything's I. So I kind of just put the I there, I smell. And then I put the little, I don't know if you've ever like looked at my logo like closely. Hold on. I have a little, I don't know if you can see it.
What's up, Shannon? What's up, Aroma from Heaven? Yeah, I see it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really convey very good on here, but at the top of the eye, it has that little like evil eye. You know what I mean? The one that's supposed to repel envy or whatever. So I had this grand idea that, there's a lot of trolls on YouTube and they're gonna probably like send me negative like oh, and so I was just like, you know what I mean? So there was kind of some thought put into it, but yeah, I smell. It's kind of taken off.
I have to ask one more about that, and I'm not mocking you, whatever. That's whatsoever. But did you ever think about doing like I smell good?
No,
I'm just curious.
no,
Okay.
because
All right.
I thought that I smell would be an opinion piece. I
Yeah.
literally could care less about the trolls. I could
I like that.
literally, I don't lose, like what makes me lose sleep at night is being a failure to my family. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like not what someone's opinion is of me. So if anything, I like that at first. My name was gonna, the name I was gonna go with. I'm glad I didn't go with. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. What was it? Now you can't do that shit. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Say troll away. Go do it. Come
Okay.
on.
So the name I was gonna go with was Aroma God. Yeah, but it's like
You know what? Now every single episode that I watch, I'm gonna comment. Thank
you
you,
better not,
Aroma
bro.
God.
You better not. See,
No.
but I didn't want to like, but that could be like considered very, somebody who's super ultra conservative might be like, that's blasphemous. Like you're calling yourself a god, but it's almost for the same reason. Like it's an opinion piece. It's going to get people talking, but then I don't want people to think I'm like, okay, so I might play like I'm very conceited or big headed or very sure of myself, but that's just an exaggerated version of myself on the live streams. Really, I've went out of my way to show anybody who's ever shown me love great appreciation. I'm actually like, I want to be considered like a humble person that's very grateful for anything that I receive. So I kind of decided to not go with that because I didn't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just
No.
kind of didn't
Absolutely.
want that energy.
Absolutely. I'm I'm gonna pull this a little bit closer. There we go. I've got it. Do
What
y'all like
got you? What got you into doing YouTube?
I'll
I'm gonna
answer that in
Oprah
just.
you.
I'll answer that in just a second. Um, I just want to say a shout out to everybody who's new on here. This is Michael from iSMELL. Also, leave us some comments, guys. We will try to answer them as best as possible. We do have a topic that we're going to be going over here shortly. I'm just trying to get to know Michael a little bit. There goes Michael, just promoting himself. But yes, I was going to ask you guys, what do y'all think of the background? I kind of tried to do it like, I don't know, kind of Gatsby style. Just let me know. I can switch all that up at any time. I think Super Chat's on. I've never used it. I've never used StreamYard before, so I don't know. If you guys want a Super Chat, cool. Yeah. If not, whatever. We're just here to have fun, man. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I do have, I got Michael on here, I do have a couple new fragrances that just came in the mail today that I want to share with you guys, because I did film for almost 2 hours this morning. I edited it all down and accidentally deleted 30 minutes worth of a video. It was going to be my top 21 of 2021. And I lost it all. So there will not be a video after this. I'm sorry.
Shout out to House of Colossus. I don't know if he's still here. I'm not really because I'm using my phone at the moment, so I can't really see both, or I don't know how to look at that.
Yes.
So shout out to
thank
House
you,
of Colossus.
Joe. All right. I like it. All right. So I don't know how to do this super chat thing, but we're going to, I can show it. There we go. Haha.
Nice.
Man, I love this StreamYard. Okay.
It's legit. It's legit.
But I like it. Okay. Unaverage Joe. Great background. Very unaverage. Leave it. Rock on. I love it. There's the Godfather ring right there. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So what got me into doing this? I've kind of gone over this before, but I'll go over it again so you guys know. So back in March, I started a channel called Mentality. I went through, over the last year and a half, I went through a really big life-changing process. Huge. And I really decided to be more of a positive light in the world. And I've always been a positive guy, but I've done a lot of negative things. Is that your sign of the day?
It is now.
So I decided to, hang on one second. I'm going to show that in a second. But so I decided I wanted to really, put my 2 cents out there. All right. But I really wanted to help people in a positive light. And coming from a person who's been through a lot in their lifetime, it struggled with depression and a lot of, negativity. I wanted to do lifestyle coaching in the way of, look, you don't have to have a 6-pack. You don't have to dress a certain way. You really just need to try and be the best you that you can be. Like, when it boils down to it, is as long as you are striving, you're growing your brain. Your brain is the most powerful muscle you have.
100%.
You can do whatever it is that you believe in. And even if you don't accomplish it, if you don't try it, you never know. So, so I did start Mentality. It's still out there. That channel's still going. There's only 3 or 4 episodes. I think Pete went through one of my subscribers and watched them, but I realized that I was trying to do too much, and I was like, I'm going to try fragrances first. I was like, I've been in the fragrance game for a very long time. I know a lot about fragrances. I follow a lot of fragrance reviewers, and I'm going to try and see if I can make that channel successful first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do Mentality again, which is still a thing. It's just now that I'm doing this full time, I have a lot more time. And so the beginning of the year is really when I'm going to start Mentality, because now I have a studio at my disposal, which was kind of up in the air, because I don't want to film it here. I want to film it at a different location, just where it's, I don't want a whole bunch of fragrances behind me doing lifestyle coaching.
Well, congratulations on that, man. That's a giant step to do YouTube full time, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be YouTube, and it's going to be Instagram and TikTok. But I don't want to be an influencer. I want to be a positive influencer. So many people are influencers, but I just don't. It's not that I don't agree with them, and I just don't agree with a little bit of the commercialization of what they're doing. I'd rather, you know, there's a lot of lifestyle coaches, and even like with My2Scents, I don't want to just be the guy that's like, you know, I've never been the guy that's like, hey, a fragrance is going to get you laid, or, you know, like complimented fragrances.
That's
Like
not,
that doesn't matter to me. To me, I know it does matter to some
some
people.
people it does, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
And
so the idea of being an influencer in general, you have like a negative stigma tied to it based on like the low hanging fruit that they go after, and type
not
deal?
necessarily. It's just, you know, I watch a lot of these influencers, like lifestyle coaches, and I know the one reason that they always talk about, like, how, you know, dress like this to get the woman. Dressing a certain way does help, but everything starts from in here. There needs to be more influence on the actuality of what, as human beings in society today, what we deal with, and that is depression's huge. I've lost so many friends to suicide, and I really want to reach out to the people that actually need this worked on and this worked on, because everything else will come. Like once you kind of, because everybody's looking for a quick fix. Even with fragrances, they're like, oh, if I get Dior Sauvage, or if I get a Raja Dove and I spray that on, women are going to be attracted to me. That's no a quick fix. There is no quick fix to life. Life is something that you have to work really hard on, and you'll always continuously work hard on it. But the harder you work, the easier it gets. Like without pain, there is no gain. And sometimes you've got to find it in yourself, because we all know the answers to our own problems. We just don't want to admit them.
Exactly. People don't want to do the work. It's like, you know what I mean?
So I kind of just want to help people understand that, look, I'm just like you. I'm not going to sit here and say I got a 6-pack and you got to have a 6-pack, because that's going to get the ladies. I've had it. You know how long it took me to get there and how miserable I was?
Yeah, you got to be like 4 to 6% body fat. It's a pain in the ass.
I mean, when I first started this channel, I was down like 7% body fat. I mean, I'm not that much higher, but I was telling Ken on here, I literally I did the was I telling Dave? I think I was telling Dave Callie, actually. I don't remember who I was telling. Anyways, I did the Zac Efron diet that he did for Baywatch.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Dude, he was jacked, just ripped. He was only like 5% body fat. And one of my coworkers challenged me to do it. And I was like, you don't challenge me to do things, because I'll freaking do it. And I did it. And I remember looking myself in the mirror, and I was like, damn, I look good. And as soon as I turned around, walked out of the bathroom, I ordered 2 large pizzas, never looked back. Because it was the worst 16 weeks of my life, but I did it. And I looked great. But there is a means of living a healthy lifestyle without feeling like you have to look like a Greek freaking god in order for women to be attracted to you.
The truth is, most of the women in our age bracket, they don't care about 6-packs anyways. They really honestly don't, man.
No, most women don't. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Okay. So just like this, man. Like, all right, right here. Shannon right here. I love this. Sorry, Shannon. I'm throwing this up here for. But look, depression is a major part of what I've went so far into fragrances to keep my brain occupied. The friendly community helps tremendously as well. That's important. That is the reason I started My2Scents, is to more focus on being a positive influence in the community, because just like helping you and your channel, that helps me as a person, because I can't make my success is not going to happen without you.
Yeah, form follows
vice
function.
Versa.
Yeah, form follows function.
Exactly, and I just wanted to add a little bit of substance to the community.
No, and you've been doing it. I think you're a pretty good ambassador. I think, I try not to be too judgy. Like, you know what I mean? The fragrance community can be a shit show at times, but I mean, some people find that entertaining, and some people need that type of entertainment to, in some ways, to help them feel less lonely. So I mean, it helps them. Again, it's like I don't know if like that's the best way or the worst way. That's not for me to decide. But I can honestly say I think you're a good ambassador for the
Well, thank
community.
you.
I've told you that before.
Yeah, man, I
So
really
yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, and that's we're gonna have a whole lot of fun here with My 2 Cents and with your channel. We're gonna, once you hit that 1,000 subscribers, if anybody here is not subscribed to Michael's channel, do so as
Yeah, if
soon as
y'all
you're
could
done
get me,
watching this.
of course, if y'all could get me to 400, I'm like I think I'm in the 385. So I mean, I think that's realistic growth. I'm not buying subscribers. I'm not like sponsored by anybody. You know what I mean? This is just, you know what I mean, putting in the reps and like taking advantage of opportunities like this. I don't have to spend my Saturday. You know what I mean? I literally just drove all the way back from Houston so I could hop on here and
Well,
have a
I
good
really appreciate it,
conversation with
man.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the offer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've had a couple people who asked if I would have you on here, and so yeah. Do you guys have any questions for Michael before we get into the topic that Michael doesn't even know what the topic is?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated because you're like the niche guy and I'm like, you know what I mean, the frugal fragrance guy. But I mean,
No, it'll be fine, man. Like I said, I'm going to be sending you some stuff.
you'll
Hopefully, I'm going to get it out on Monday. So,
you'll know when I get nervous because my ears will get really red. That's when you'll know.
yeah, I don't get nervous. So,
I mean,
I
I'm a
love it.
human. Yeah, I was a little nervous to do this, but I don't see it as like a bad way. It's not paralyzing like anxiety, but I think like that's what makes you feel alive, makes you feel human. It's like that nervous energy, like almost before a job interview type energy. You're excited to,
Yeah.
and in my opinion, it's like I'm excited to take advantage of this opportunity because I don't know what's going to become of it. Like before I even hopped onto here, do you know who Think Media is?
Yeah.
Think Media literally just reviewed my channel on their live stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it because I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna rip it and save it. But yeah, but they literally reviewed my channel on their live stream, and they had a lot of like very critical things to say about other people. They had a couple things to say about mine, but had they dug a little deeper, they would have found the information. But in general, they said that they thought I was doing a really amazing job. They liked the thumbnails. They liked the titles that I was using in my videos. The only thing they said is maybe less pictures of myself and more product placement of the actual fragrance. But yeah, I mean, all in all, they had some very positive things to say. So I'm just trying to get out there and make myself as visible as possible. Obviously, I don't even have 1,000 subscribers, so I'm no like big fish in the game. But I mean, it's the reps, getting in the reps.
Yeah. It's patience, my friend. Patience and just producing the content that you're passionate about. I would love to break YouTube and not do anything that YouTube needs me to do or wants me to do. They really want you to be just like everybody else. And that's just not fun. So I said, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I can't be anybody else other than me.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing. Justin Copeland actually did an episode where he talked about like everything he's learned over his YouTube career, and it's
Yeah,
very
I watched that video.
inspiring.
I watched
Yeah,
that video.
how he said you have to find the balance between doing what YouTube wants you to do, but staying true to yourself.
Absolutely.
So, I think, and I think also even with my subscribers, and you'll learn, there's people watch your channel because you do cheaper fragrances. And I think there's a lot of people who watch or designer fragrances. And I think a lot of people watch because, I do pick up these niche fragrances. But, as your channel grows, you can start doing, you'll start getting into niche fragrances. And then you're going to open up a whole nother bucket of worms. Is it bucket of worms or can of worms?
Yeah.
Across YouTube. So just,
Yeah, I can tell you this though, without a doubt, it's like I enjoy my designer fragrances, absolutely. And I don't have niche like you do, but I watch your channel simply because I want to support you more than anything, and then I want to learn about these niche houses. But niche isn't something that I'm like dying to get. I go to Neiman Marcus and Saks and all them, and I smell their fragrances, and a lot of them don't smell worth $400. To be completely honest, and that's just my honest
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I mean? I have a car payment, a family, a mortgage. I'm not buying niche just so like somebody can say, "Oh, that's so awesome that you have niche." I'll buy niche if I find something that I absolutely love, but it's not like I'm not in some mad race to be
Right.
validated by the fragrance community.
And
And
you don't.
most people are more likely to resonate with my position, because
Mhm.
that's why the designer lists do better, because most people are just everyday middle class people that just want to smell good. Like,
Mhm.
I work remote from home like 90% of the time, you know what I mean? I'm not going out in public with my fragrances. I am the epitome of wearing a fragrance for yourself.
Yeah.
So, you know
That's
what I mean?
great,
Like,
man.
I'm very honest. I try to be very transparent with what I'm doing. I'm not gonna tell somebody to buy something just because, you know what I mean, a whole bunch of reviewers are telling. I might buy something because a whole bunch of reviewers are saying it's hot, but I'm not gonna tell somebody else to buy it just because it's hot.
Yeah. I try not to necessarily be a salesman. I just try to be an inspiration, try to help
Yeah.
you and educate you and making the right decisions and test drive your fragrances. All right, so Shannon's got a question here, and we'll go ahead and pop it up. Name one fragrance that if you smell, oh, I guess you can. Can you read that?
Yeah. Name one fragrance that if you smell it on them, it makes you want to slap them, or one that makes you cringe at the very least.
Guess first.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna sound so bougie and elitist at this point, but it's like everybody crowding around the Sauvage at Sephora. It's a little cringy. I want to be like, hey, yo, take a couple steps over here and look at the replica. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some other stuff over here.
What
But
up,
I mean,
Ryan?
at the same time, I like Sauvage. It's like one of my favorite dumb reach fragrances for the summer. So that's the easy answer.
Uh huh.
Um, you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No. That makes sense. I mean, Sauvage. If I wear too much of it, it gives me a headache. The Ambroxan. A
The
lot of
Ambroxan.
fragrances that are very Ambroxan heavy tend to give me a little bit of a headache. But for me, it's not necessarily. I mean, it's a fragrance. So I live in the South, and so does Michael. But I live in the like. Well, so do you. You live in Austin. That I can't stand full natural patchouli oil.
Hmm.
Like with, I'm not trying to. If anybody is a hippie on here, I'm not trying
That's what I was
to.
about to say. To smell like hippie.
The hippie, like, do they still have Eeyore's birthday in Austin?
They used to. They haven't. Yeah, they usually do it right after the 420 Fest, which I
Yes.
went to a few years. Yeah, like
Yeah,
normally
me too.
a couple days right after they'll
Yeah.
do Eeyore's birthday party, which everyone would
So,
dress up and go out there. And yeah, there's a lot of hippies out there.
yeah. So I can't stand patchouli, just straight up patchouli, like straight up patchouli oil. I love patchouli fragrances. But I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's actually a fragrance that I'm just like, dude, you smell like crap. I'm different when it comes to fragrances. When I smell something that makes my brain like kind of be like, what the hell is that?
Hmm.
It intrigues me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it might not smell that great, but I'm like, what are you wearing? Like, I want to know what you're wearing because I've never smelled that before, and it's weird to my nose. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. It's yeah. So I don't really have a fragrance that I can associate with. Because I mean, my dad wore like stanky old men's fragrances that I love. Like
Mm.
he still has a vintage bottle of Stetson in the bathroom.
I like the old. They don't really. I wouldn't say that they fit my personality per se, but I do like the way they smell. If I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm so cheesy. If I'm gonna go work on the car or go do something like quote unquote could be considered manly, I want to throw on something old school like that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but I mean,
Like when I remember when I smelled Boucheron Pour Homme, I didn't really like it. Now I have the Eau de Parfum, which is it's
is
so
it good?
good.
I hear Dan hypes it up so much. It's like $30. I kind of want to get it, but it's like I don't know if it's gonna
Dude,
be good.
just get I will say, when it comes to if you find fragrances that cheap, especially being a reviewer, it would
It's
be
cheaper
good
just
for
to
you.
get it.
Yeah, it's good for you to get your nose on because then
Yeah.
you'll know exactly what he's talking about. And it is herbal. It's very green. and
It's a fougere.
it is fougere. It used to be very oak moss heavy. Still, I mean, I still get quite a bit of oak moss in it, but I mean, it's getting those kind of type of fragrances, or even, I mean, go to your department store and I'm going to tell, here's a secret from me to the fragrance family. I get in good with my fragrance ladies, and
Yeah.
they give me testers all the time, like throughout the year. Let's just be like,
Yeah.
here you go. I mean,
So how do you go about doing that? Because whenever I go to like the Sephora or the Ulta or the JCPenney's, Dillard's, Macy's, I'm in there. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to them. I tell them I have a fragrance related channel, and most of them, they seem like they're like, okay, do you want to
don't even
check
tell
out
them
Calvin
that.
Klein Defy or like?
Yeah, I just literally talk to them and become friends with them. Frida, one of my fragrance girls, is Buck from Big Beer's Business. We go to the same
Oh,
Dillard's.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
That's really cool.
but yeah, she like shares my posts on Facebook all the time. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I'll do
really cool.
videos, I'll do episodes in there, but I've had a long relationship with them over the years. And so, Yop Ohm, I used to love Yop Ohm.
I swear I was gonna say you.
Shannon, huh?
I swear I was when they said slap the fragrance, so you want to slap somebody. I was about to say jupe, or jope, whatever it's called, but I didn't say it.
Yop. It's like
Yope.
yeah. The J, since it's I believe German, the J is a Yop. Yop Ohm. Yeah, but I mean, I used to call it jupe. I'd be like,
Yeah,
"Yo, dude, give me my jupe." Back in
that's
high
what I
school.
know it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm probably still gonna call it jupe.
yeah, that's fine. Jupe, Yop Ohm Ice is freaking
Yope.
phenomenal. I can't believe I slept on that one for so long. That's a great cheapie for you to pick up.
Yeah, I heard Ross hyping talking about that one actually.
Yeah, I think he actually put in his episode today.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, I think. Yeah, memory is tied to a lot of fragrances that you just can't stand. Oh, Eternity, Calvin Klein Eternity. I don't like Calvin Klein Eternity. I used to wear it, but I don't know. I think I just got sick of it. I can't stand Eternity.
So I know Cuddles. That's one of Cuddles' favorite fragrances is Calvin Klein Eternity. And okay, so if you go on Fragrantica, and it's interesting because very sexy Victoria's Secret, if you go on Fragrantica, they say smells a lot like Calvin Klein Eternity. And I smelt Calvin Klein Eternity and I could see the resemblance, but I haven't put my nose on very sexy since like 2004. So I couldn't tell you how close, but I wanted to, I don't know if it's confirmation bias, but I was like, oh yeah, they smell similar, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I guess I can kind of. I haven't smelled very sexy for him in years, but and it's different than it used to be. But man, I don't. Maybe a little bit of a similarity, but let's see. Ryan says I wore Yop Ohm and CK1 all through the '90s. I still love both, but don't wear them often. Yeah, I only own one Calvin Klein fragrance to this day, and that's Eternity Flame, actually, which is, it's okay. It's
the only Calvin Klein I have is Shock. That's the only one I have. And I don't want to say I regret buying it, but I think as you like progress in your journey, it's like, okay, do I want to wear this tobacco fragrance, or you know what I mean? Like if you have the choice between that or the one, it's kind of like
the one.
For a beginner, it's like, CK Shock wears great, but that's more something I'd put on my son versus something I'd wear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go cheapy shopping as much as I was. Like, I'll definitely do it here every now and then. But rack stores, I felt like I'm buying a lot of fragrances I'm not wearing because I have such a large collection. But I do want to find some hidden gems for people as well.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Where do you find out about all these like obscure like houses and brands. Like I wouldn't even know where to begin, to be honest, Brian. Like that's the thing. Like I'm glad that you and Ken are sending me some stuff because I don't know the first place to look. I can watch y'all and y'all can put me on to some brands. But for me, the thrill is in the hunt, not actually just being told what to get.
Well, you know, the one thing, you know, to say this about, the one thing I will say is back when what got me into niche, you know, I had some Creed fragrances and I didn't really consider them niche because I bought them at a department store. So I didn't know really like in that part of my journey, which was back in 2010, it was when Aventus came out. I went and got something other than Aventus. My roommate was pissed because he wore Aventus and he wanted me to wear Aventus anyways, but whatever. But I was like, all right, cool. So I bought Green Irish Tweed, and then I got Silver Mountain Water, and then I got Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille.
That was a good one.
A few years later, and my mind was blown. I was like, what is this wizardry? Like,
yeah,
oh
that
my
one's
God.
a good one.
Yeah, because like even though Creed smelled so good, I was like, oh, they're just really expensive fragrances. And so now, you know, and that got me on my Tom Ford train. And then I got into like a lot more niche fragrances. And that's where I finally realized I was like, oh my God, like, and, you know, I used to wear fragrances for compliments. And now it is more of just a passion for me because I've always been an artsy fartsy guy. I mean, musician, I'm a painter, I can draw. I really love designing stuff. I wanted to be an architect when I was a kid, and I always would like, anyways. But my dad's really, really talented at painting and things like that. So that's really I got into artsy fartsy arts and crafts stuff all the time, like when I was a kid, and then I still love doing it. But that's what I love about fragrances. Fragrance to me is art. Like, you know, they're artists. Every perfumer is an artist. They're creating stories. They're creating, and they're doing it all by the number, like helping us create memories through their art, through the easiest way to make memories through our noses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when I was in the booze industry, I really understood what like alcohol and how like you can smell Jack Daniels, which P.S. I'm going to ruin everybody on Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels smells like bananas. Next time you smell Jack Daniels, you're going to think it smells like bananas. But, you know, I will always remember that because I was like, oh, this smells like bananas. And every time I smell Jack, I think bananas. So it's, you know, it's crazy how just, you know, before you eat anything, before you smell or drink anything, it's your nose that sends the receptors to your brain and says, this is pork. This is what it's supposed to taste like, you know? And so I've always, I don't know, I just find it captivating how, you know, you could wear something the first time I meet you. And if you're wearing a certain fragrance 10 years down the road, I smell somebody walk by that's wearing your fragrance and I remember you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know smell's always been important to me when they talk about like, what do you find most attractive about a woman, for example, or what turns you off, you know what I mean, for a woman in general. Like for me, it's always been her scent. She doesn't have to smell like Chanel. It doesn't hurt. But at the same time, if she stinks, to me, that's like, oh man, I just can't. That's the way I've always been. Me personally, and scent, in my opinion, is important. How somebody smells is important.
Nosy neighbor, I think he's asking where are you from, I smell.
I'm a Texas boy. Like, yeah, so I'm not looking at the comments, so I'll let you moderate that, Brian.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, I'm born and raised my entire life, Houston, Texas, and then I moved to Austin, Texas after I graduated. So I've been a Texas boy my entire life. And I plan on being a Texas boy my entire life. I love my state.
I loved living in Austin. I hated how freaking hot it was, but it was great.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm not wearing pants, but I'm wearing Aventus. Cool. Awesome. Are you ball spraying it? I hope so. What up? What up, fellas? That was rude. But yes, while you guys are hopping in on the comments here, let us know what you guys are rocking for your scent of the day. I am rocking My2 Carte Blanche. carte blanche. But yeah.
So I,
So
so I think
you
this is going to be the next fragrance I review. I'm not sure yet though, but I think I'm going to do this one next.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good. You know, I don't own any Bulgari fragrances.
Yeah.
Bulgari.
Yeah, I went with okay, so it was either going to be that or Spice Bomb Extreme, but I went ahead with the Bulgari just because, or the Man in Black just because I it was cheaper. So
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
they smell similar. So at least to
Um,
my nose.
Mike Steven Saunders wants to say, I said thanks for the Lolita Limpica Green Lover recommendation. It's one of his best pickups of the year. After you
Ooh,
did your review, yeah.
I absolutely love this one. Absolutely love it. And I can't say that oh man, I just had this epiphany of getting Green Lover. No, Joy Amin. I saw his review and how much he was in love with it. And he is like, but way before I was like making videos, he was one of the guys I would watch like nonstop. And he had just glowing things to say about it.
I've
And
heard a
so,
lot of great things.
yeah, I absolutely love this one. It smells amazing. It's beast mode. It's perfectly unisex. Yeah, I get compliments if that's what somebody's after. You know what I mean? Most of the compliments come from people in my family, but yeah, I get
Right.
compliments on them. Yeah.
Let's see here. What's up, Bren? Great to see you, brother. I'm glad you're on here. Let's see here. Jean the Baptist. I'm going to throw it up here. Baptista, not Baptist. Sorry, excuse me. I'm testing Interlude Man, as I said above. Etsy has a lot of dope indie houses. Etsy does have a lot of dope indie houses. Rogue Perfumery is on Etsy, so which is one of my favorite fragrance houses. Interlude Man. So, man, I can't. I had a bottle of Interlude Man a couple years ago,
Isn't
and
that
I had
heavy basil or something?
it's oregano.
Oregano, yeah.
And the oregano note is very strong off my skin, and I couldn't get over it. So I sold it to a friend of mine who loves it and smells great on him. And then Ross was telling me that I would really like Interlude 53. Well, I got a sample of Interlude 53 with my Scent Explorer. It's way worse than Interlude on my skin. The oregano is huge. Like I sprayed it on my hand, and I was like, I have to wash this off. And I couldn't wash it off.
Mm,
I mean, it's 53% concentration oil. Like I
yeah.
scrubbed it and it wouldn't come off. But it's a good fragrance. It's just that oregano is just overpowering. It literally just started making me sneeze. Like I was having an allergic reaction to
Oh
it.
wow. I heard that Afnan has like a clone
They
of
do.
Interlude Man. I've never
Yeah.
smelt it, but yeah.
What's up, James? Shannon is wearing Amouage Reflection Man. Thank you so much, Ejan Baptista, for your question. So Shannon is rocking Amouage Reflection Man 45. That is an awesome fragrance. Ooh, James is wearing the new Aaron Terrence Hughes Onyx Extreme. You have to tell me all about it. Please comment. Or if anybody would like to get on here, I'm just going to go ahead and throw an invite out.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all want to get on here, hop on. If you got the balls to meet the Godfather, come on.
And the sexiest reviewer in the fragrance game.
Yeah, this ugly guy, right?
AKA me.
So I'm going to go ahead and throwing that up in the chat.
Brian,
I would love to talk to anybody, meet anybody.
Are you going to Scent Explorer? And by Scent Explorer, are you like logging in on a
yeah. It's all live. All live.
Yeah.
So Dave Callie and I'm going to reach out to Max this evening or actually tomorrow. But Dave Callie and I on Wednesday on Instagram are going to be doing like a live chat and talking about getting everybody excited about Scent Explorer. I know you are, I saw you got your tickets, or it's all digital. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, when they when they have it up, in New York again, I'm definitely going to go 1,000%.
I think that's going to be an amazing networking opportunity once they have it in like real life, and I get to know people just not on the screen and try to make connections, see who I connect with in general.
Yeah. I mean, now, dude, like I told Ken and Scott Aromatico, like I'm planning a trip down that way just to, hang out, meet with them, do some filming together. And you know, I want to get to know as many people in this community as possible because, like, when
Yeah.
I say this is a fragrance family, to me, it is. I mean, this
Yeah,
is,
Scott's been really good to me too. You know, he
yeah.
didn't have to like all these people. They didn't have to say anything nice to me or reach out or anything. If there's a little bit of noise, my son just got home. He went to
Oh,
the
no, you're fine.
optometrist, so
I don't
you
hear
know how the
anything.
holidays are.
No, I don't have any kids. My life is, you know, people ask me all the time, they're like, how can you do this? It's like, I take care of my parents, which is my number one priority. This is
Yeah,
number two. I was like, I have minimal bills, you know. Uh, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I mean, these are my children.
yeah,
You know, I've got a dog, you know, and I love taking,
yeah.
you know, I love my pup. In fact, Thursday, Thanksgiving was his birthday. But yeah, so, but I've got a lot
What
of
kind? You
friends.
said a dog?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What kind of breed is it?
He's a French Mastiff and Boxer mix.
Oh, nice. I have a Jack Russell Terrier.
That lots of energy. Do you
Yeah, well,
wind it up?
he's starting to slow down because he's 12 years old now, but he's
Oh,
still
okay.
got
Yeah,
plenty. Yeah, he's
yeah.
starting to slow down a little bit, but he's still got quite a bit for a 12-year-old dog.
But yes, Brutus is 13. He was born on Thanksgiving on the 25th. So every 13 years, he actually has his birthday on the 25th again, which I don't think he'll make it to 26. But he's doing really good. He's an old man. He just
Yeah,
he's he's got a little, you know, aches and pains. There's a little
yeah.
trouble getting up, but I mean, he's big, dude. At his prime, he was
Hmm.
120 pounds.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The bigger the dog, they tend to show more signs of wear and tear and, as they get older.
Oh, I do have new comments. Oh my God, sorry. Here we go. All right, sorry. Trying to. That's the one thing with Streamyard. On if you use Streamyard, what I've noticed is it doesn't scroll down through your comments. Like you actually, if you get new comments, it doesn't start scrolling. You have to
Yeah,
automatically do it.
I
Okay.
know. Nosy neighbor said something. He asked me if I have like Saks and all that. Yeah, we have all that. Neiman Marcus, Saks, Nordstrom's Rack. We have high end designers that carry niche, and I go in there and I smell, and then I get samples of things. But in terms of the samples that I've been acquiring, it's what I've enjoyed doing is taking a fragrance that smells like another fragrance and then getting a sample and actually comparing the two. Because I don't, what always got underneath my skin when I'm watching fragrance reviewers is they're like, yeah, I got this clone. I've never smelt the other one, but yeah, it smells exactly like it. I'm like, how do you know that? That like super irks me. That was another reason I was like, man, I want to convey that to the people, whether or not these fragrances smell alike. I'm not gonna review Sammy Andreas's fragrance and just tell you it smells like Bleecker Street. No, I need to get Bleecker Street and compare the two. And if they like, so green sapphire smells exactly like Bleecker Street to my nose, where white sapphire was a super miss in my opinion. It's supposed to smell like Hasselhoff, but Hasselhoff is one of those niche fragrances which I would acquire because the opening is absolutely beautiful. One of the best openings I've ever smelt in perfumery. And it's probably one
Yeah,
of the most versatile fragrances you can wear all year.
it is. I love Hot Shabbat. That's the king of my fragrance kingdom. I'm gonna have to show Bren. Bren, are you talking about this bad boy? The new Andy Tower Sundowner? Yes, an awesome fragrance for tobacco lovers. Phenomenal. I love Andy Tower. I love what he does. But all right, so you know what? Since we're talking about fragrances and getting into that, let's bring up the hot topic here. All right, so the topic of our evening, and I know we're an hour into this and we're just now getting into the topic, but whatever. grab some popcorn, grab a whiskey, grab a beer. Let's do this. All right. Ryan, I will get to that in just a second. But our topic is going to be, does size and performance matter? So I want to know. But yeah, I want to know it, and I'm talking about fragrances here,
Depends
guys. I'm
on
not
who you're
talking about your
asking. Yeah,
appendages.
it depends on who you're asking.
Yeah, so I would like to know, like, size of bottle matter to you? You know, being the newer into the fragrance community and being, you know, having a smaller collection, what would you say? Or even people who have, you know, just, you know, 5 fragrances or just getting into this, do you think that size matters and then performance?
Okay, so I'll talk about performance first because I think that's an easier one to answer for where I'm at in my journey so far. So I
Hmm.
have multiple fragrances, obviously, as do many people in the chat do. Um, I would say if you have more than 10 fragrances, you have enough fragrances to where you probably want to wear a different fragrance throughout the day. And so in that case, performance doesn't matter to me as much as someone who might just have two fragrances. If you have just two fragrances, you want a fragrance that's going to last you the entire day. At most, maybe you have to respray it once. So in that case, yeah, it matters because you don't have a million fragrances. But for me, I like to wear a fragrance in the morning. I know. So Mike from the Fragrance Wardrobe, he can very much relate to this. People are already moving into their winter lists, and in Texas, we're barely starting to experience fall weather. It'll be 55 degrees in the morning and 78 degrees in the afternoon. You
I've been
can't
there. I
wear
know.
you can't wear a fall fragrance. Like, you don't need a fragrance that lasts 12 hours. Like, you want to wear something that's lighter once it's noon because it's 75 degrees outside. You don't want to wear one of your darker fragrances. So in that case, performance to me isn't all that important, but I'm still at the point in my journey where I do feel a need to get the bigger bottles. I don't know why. I feel like you can get more bang for your buck that way. But
You
at the same
do. I
time,
mean, you do get bigger. You get more bang for your buck. Absolutely.
but but at the same time, I struggle with this idea of, even at this stage of my life, to someone that's outside looking in, they're looking at me like, bro, you got a problem. Fragrance. That's more fragrance than you could possibly ever use in an entire lifetime.
Yeah,
So in
man.
that case, you know what I mean? I might start downgrading to smaller sizes, simply more due for space. Now,
Right.
as my collection grows, I might need to just start getting smaller bottles just for simply for space. That's where I'm at with it.
All right. What about so that's performance and also yeah, size of the bottle. Also, guys in the comments, let me know, what do you think? Does size matter and does performance matter to you? So I look at it like this. I think there's a lot, where I try to always put myself in other people's shoes. Like for me, performance doesn't necessarily matter. But I can see why what does matter to some people because that's what they care about. They really, if they're paying so much money, they want, if you're buying a Ferrari, no, actually, that's a terrible, that's a terrible analogy. If you're buying a Honda and it gets 5 miles to the gallon, then, is it
It's
worth
not
it?
cost effective, yeah.
It's not a cost effective. But if you're an avid collector and you really are more passionate about what the juice coming out of the bottle is, and you are more along the lines of just appreciating the scent instead of trying to gain something from the scent, then I don't think that performance matters. I think
Yeah,
it can be very beautiful for the short period of time that it lasts.
yeah.
Um,
Also look at the price point too. Like
yeah,
if I'm getting Ferrari Bright Neroli and I know it's a Neroli scent and I'm paying, $30 for it, I don't need it to last 12 hours. But if I'm paying $300, $400 for a fragrance, like Baccarat Rouge 540, you want it to last a good while because you've paid that price point. You don't want to
yeah.
pay $400 for something and it only lasts a couple hours. And I think that's why people get so excited when they get a cheaper fragrance, a cost-effective fragrance, and then it lasts forever. They're like, wow, you know what I mean? But then there's that other group of people, they're like, that cheap clone fragrance doesn't smell good, so why do you want it to last 12 hours?
Right.
So it's really all a matter of someone's taste again, and what they value in a fragrance. I feel like I have pretty good fragrance taste, but at the same time, there's a lot of fragrances that I own that, someone like you might be like, my nose has matured past that point. Like, to me, that just smells like every other designer fragrance.
I mean, yeah, when it comes to designer fragrances, there is a lot. But I mean, I can say that about some niche fragrances too. But like with the designer fragrances, it seems like they're all going in the same kind of direction. I remember, and we had this discussion on Ken and I's live last evening. We were on there with this amazing guy named Joshua. But we were talking about this subject. But you know, a lot of designer fragrances back in the day, like you get like Platinum Egoist from Chanel and Boucheron, Dracar Noir, you know, Polo Green. They were all different and very complex. And I feel like we're a lot of fragrances these days, designer fragrances, they're all just trying to like fight against each other and create the next sweet, spicy, mass appealing sex monster. You know, it's like they're just all trying to do the exact same thing. There's not as much creativity as there used to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm getting to that point actually in my journey where I go and I'm sounding a little bougie when I'm at Macy's because a lot of the fragrance do smell a lot like
Every single one of these guys goes to Macy's, dude. I'm telling you.
yeah,
That's
like
watch it.
I smelt Ralph's Club and I'm like, oh, it smells good, but another part of me is like, that smells boring. That smells like every other designer fragrance. And that's why when you find something like Lolita Lempica Green Lover that you're like, wow, you know what I mean? That smells really good. It smells really different. That's what I like about the designer fragrances, car brands, is when you find something that doesn't smell like other designers, like Bentley Absolute doesn't smell like anything you can get at Ulta. Lolita Lempica doesn't smell like anything you can get at Ulta. Prada
Yeah.
Amber Pour Homme, it doesn't smell like anything you're going to get at Ulta. These are unique scent profiles that exist out in the world. Yeah, they might have been recreated, you know, but at the same time, like a lot of these fragrances, they do smell like legit. So that's kind of the main thing I'm drawn to in a fragrance.
Yeah. And size for me, I get a lot of small bottles. I just have such a large collection that I just don't find it necessary. Like most of my Top Libre Orange, they're 30 mLs, and I don't mind. I mean, I've got a ton of Aaron Terrence Hughes fragrances, and I've got a lot of them in 10 mils. 10 mils will last me the rest of my life. I mean, unless I love it, I will, and spraying it every single day. But you know, it's very few and far between that I'm spraying the same fragrance every day. I mean, I have some fragrances like Issey Miyake L'Odyssée Pour Homme. I mean, that's just one of my most memorable fragrances, and I will wear that a lot. But yeah, so I think some people are like, oh no, that's too expensive for 100 ml. I'm like, well, get the 30 ml. Are you really going to use all of it? I mean, if you've got 100 bottles in your collection, or if you're decanning it, selling it, just decanning it out. I mean, then yeah, get yourself a 200 ml bottle because you can make your money back on 50 mLs if you were to go at it that way. But
yeah,
that's a lot of time.
I'm gonna look into start doing that. But if I do it, I don't want to do it like a real shoddy way. I want to actually do proper labels if I'm gonna decant out. But yeah, that's just you start getting to that point where you're like, okay, well, how can I mitigate some of these costs? And because fragrance reviewing is kind of an expensive hobby, man. If like everyone wants to do top tens, and each one of those 10 fragrances cost $100 each, that's $1,000 video. If you're not monetized, man, like how long can you sustain that?
Oh, don't worry. Once you get monetized, you'll see. There's not a lot of money in YouTube. I mean, as of now. I mean, and then it's, I guess, that's one thing, I could definitely, I definitely agree with you. It's very pricey. I mean, I would still be doing this, probably not ordering as many as I am, but I mean, I was still like once a month, like five, 6 fragrances, before I even started this channel. But it's definitely pricey. And, I think a lot of people have this conception that, us reviewers, once you get monetized, it's like, woohoo! Nah, man. I mean, there's money to be made in it. There is. But yeah, unless you got
it's
like
a small niche. It really is.
It's a small niche.
Yeah.
And I'm not in it for the money. I have plenty of means of making money other ways, but the ads, like, you have to think, like, you get paid off ads, so view time. So 0.003% of a dollar you get.
A lot of it's going to Google, yeah.
Yeah, 2,000 views or 1,000 views is like $1.50.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like.
And that's why it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell people, hey, you know what I mean? Send super chats if you really support. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? Like some people, they do want to make a living off this. I'm not at that point, but you know, some people, you know, that's why I'm like, how does somebody do this full time and actually, unless they have already, you know what I mean, residual income or passive income, like I don't see how somebody could just do this.
Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I mean, it takes a lot of time to definitely be very relevant with YouTube.
Yeah,
And I enjoy it. I'm doing what I love. I mean, if
that's the most
anything,
important.
I don't give a crap if I make $1 million on this. I just want to do what I'm passionate about. Like sometimes you just have to, you know, I mean, I think the best question I could ask people is be like, don't you just want to do what you love?
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, like then do it. You
That's literally the biggest catalyst for me to start my YouTube channel. It wasn't to like gain notoriety, it was to connect with like-minded people. That's why I say it in my intro, not because it's like cliche, but that is literally one of the reasons why I started a channel, so that I can meet like-minded people, because this is a small niche. Like I don't like I can invite people over, check out my fragrance collection, but they're not like into it. They can't like talk notes, they can't, you know, tell me what I need to check out. I'm the one telling people what they should check out.
Yeah,
So
you know, yeah. I mean, we are a means of. I mean, even though I don't consider myself a salesman, you know, a lot of people do. You know, they think that we're the end all be all of the
well,
answer to their questions with getting
some people
fragrance.
have salesman-y vibes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah.
But it's all about, just like Lone Wolf says here. Throw it up here. Yes, even Aaron Terrence Hughes says there's not a lot of money in YouTube. He just wants to educate and share his passion in perfume. That's exactly what I want to do. You know, and meet people. Like, this is fun for me. You know, getting to know Mike, getting to know my subscribers, hanging out, talking about something other than the crazy shit that's going on inside the world. Man, we can talk about our passions, and it's one thing that we all, whether or not we agree on the same fragrances, we're still talking about what we love, right?
Yeah.
So when it boils down to it. All right, so how about this? So like, what is your favorite designer house out of all your fragrances? What is your favorite design? What's your favorite fragrance actually out of all your fragrances? Don't
Um
ask me that same question because I can't answer that.
okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, so honestly, this is gonna sound so cliche. Like my favorite designer fragrance of all time is La Nuit de l'Homme.
Yeah.
I was using that fragrance before I even knew who Jeremy Fragrance was. Like for me, I wore two fragrances, like and that was Lacoste Essential during the summer and spring, and then YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. So for me to not say like I spent many seasons as a single man, you know what I mean, wearing that cologne like as a wingman. So like yeah, I love that fragrance. So that one's very special to my heart, similar to how Issy is to you. That's you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
one that I connect with. Currently, right now, one of the fragrances houses that I feel is criminally underrated that I absolutely love is the house of Rojas.
Yeah.
I love that house, man.
Well, that was going to be Rojas Mustache EDP was going to be on my top 21 of 21, but I guess that's going to have to wait till next week. Yeah, I love it. Have you tried the EDT?
Yeah, that's like the summer version.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it's summer. It's the classic version. It's more like a
It's
fougere.
it's like Eau Sauvage, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Let's see if we got any more questions here. Uh, Lone Wolf says okay, so Lone Wolf said that most of fragrances Aaron Terrence Hughes reviews is even more expensive than what he earns on YouTube. I 100% agree with that, and he has many more subscribers than I do, and he also has a ton of more views than both of Michael and I combined. Yes, so yeah. But I think the only catch is collaboration with brands and sponsorship and free PR packages. Nosy Neighbor said, yeah, I smell. That's why I love live streams, because the interaction on a live removes the salesperson from Fracom. Yeah. So there are a lot of, I guess I'm not trying to discredit any reviewers out there. There's a lot of reviewers who do not do lives. And I am not a actor. the goofy, stupid shit that I say and like all that is just comes from the brain. That comes from right here. This crazy, always turning, like wheel turning machine. I just like to
Yeah.
do fun stuff, and that's how I am. Like,
My
you
super
know,
randomness comes from attention deficit disorder,
yeah,
most definitely.
yeah, mine, yeah. Do either of you guys have somewhere you could make donations and actually receive the money and not have your service take 50% of the funds? No, I
Yeah,
do not.
couldn't you? No, I'm not at that point yet. I have set goals for myself. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna revamp my page. I'm gonna revamp my intro. I'll start doing lives. I'm gonna start doing all that. But right now, I just want to get a library of videos that people can go to. I'm still, you know what I mean, figuring out who I am as a content creator, like what people are connecting with. I'm not there yet, but I think don't people have like PayPal's and like
I
Venmos
mean,
and all those things?
I've
I'll
got
probably
all
start a
that, but
only.
man,
I'll probably
you
start an
know,
OnlyFans.
I have an OnlyFans page.
Right.
Um, let's just say I'm not wearing a suit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans page,
Yeah.
but for me, I do have PayPal and all that stuff. But honestly, like if you guys want to super chat and stuff like that, like it's it's going straight back to the channel. I mean,
Well,
for
duh. Yeah.
me, there
So.
is other means of making somebody asked me, if they could pay me for a review, and I said no. I don't want it. I'm not. I would rather get free product than get paid for a review because I'm very honest with the people who send me product because I let them know exactly what I'm going to say in my episode, and if they don't
Yeah.
like that, I offer to send it back. And most, they're like, no, don't worry about it. Because I'm going to be honest, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to bash the brand. I'm going to tell them, hey, I don't enjoy this, but here's why you might like it. Because
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's tough.
It is.
It's tough because I don't want to like knock how someone makes their money. But I mean, I've been a consumer of fragrance content longer than I've been a curator of it. And, it does kind of break your heart when you realize that these fragrances people are hyping up. They're trying to send you down to affiliate links so they can get, paid off
Yeah.
of them. And then you realize it's not genuine. But then at the other end, it's like you see everyone else, they're able to do sponsors. So I don't know, maybe they just need to branch out, like get a Blue Chew sponsor or something that doesn't have to do with fragrances. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I have, yeah. I mean, there is certain ways. Like, I'm gonna start doing merch, like at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year. Like, I've got some T-shirts that I've got designed up. It's gonna say F compliments and spray confidence on the back. My 2 cents. But I mean, it's not gonna actually say FUCK. It's gonna be like F and like
Asterisk.
asterisks.
Yeah.
And then I've got one that's gonna looks like. It says keep calm spray on. So it looks like
Yeah.
that keep calm logo. So I've got going to do, fun stuff like that to help the brand because everything's going back to this. I make money outside to support my life and to support all this without having to make money for, with YouTube. Everything YouTube I make, and also so you guys know, and I was going to tell everybody this, but I mean, I didn't. It doesn't matter. I donate 50% of everything that I make from YouTube, which hasn't been much, back to the Kidney Foundation here in Chattanooga because my mom's going through kidney failure. So I donate. So, I'm not trying to get views from everybody, but
See,
the more views I get, the more it helps with the Kidney
yeah.
Foundation because
See, and that's what makes you a good ambassador. It's like the things that you're doing when nobody's watching. That's
yeah,
you know what I mean? When you leave here, you have a regiment and a ritual and a routine and a life, and most of it involves taking care of people other than yourself.
one of
And
the days
that's
you'll meet them.
yeah, and
I
that's
gotta get them.
those are the seeds, man, that are really gonna grow into something. I truly
Yeah.
believe that, you can tell a tree by its fruit, and it sounds
Well,
like,
thanks,
you know what I
man.
mean? Sounds like
I'm
you
very
have.
blessed to have. I never thought when I first started this channel, um, I mean, I've gone back and watched my first episodes, and I never thought I'd be where I'm at right now. I mean, we're
Yeah,
almost at 2,000.
I mean, I'm lying. I thought I'd be here
Yeah.
where I'm
Well,
at.
I mean,
Yeah, I thought
it,
I'd be, but my goals are to be past where I'm at now. You know what I mean? And I want to be humble, but at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not sitting there thinking about it. Some people just think about what they're going to do and they never do it.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
actually, you know what I mean?
Look, talk about it all the time. You can talk about anything in your life. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. If you don't do anything about it, all you're doing is talking about it.
Yeah.
And talk is cheap. You know. So, like I said in my Aaron Terrence review Hughes episode yesterday, if you have passion for something and you don't thrive, make that passion thrive, you'll never create the masterpiece. You'll never know. It'll only just be a thought. I thought about doing a YouTube channel 4 years ago before, with mentality. I came up with mentality and everything, and I just never did it. I just kept talking about it.
I had a YouTube channel, a whole nother account, not fragrance related. It was when everything was like 340p, like,
When
you know what I mean?
women's skincare? No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, I was doing UFC breakdowns and predictions. Like I've been an avid like Ultimate Fighting Championship fan forever. And so me and my brother at the time, we would just talk about the fights and who we thought was going to win. There was no graphics. It was just like two homies just talking about
That's
UFC.
that's
But
perfect,
I
dude.
mean, but I didn't, you know what I mean? I did it like 3 times and then that was it. So
Yeah,
but
yeah. I'm
I asked myself, had I stuck around and did it before YouTube was actually like really popping? Because I'm talking about this was years and years ago. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man. Yeah,
This
you
was
could
like
be the
still
next Joe
LimeWire.
Rogan.
This was like LimeWire days and stuff. You know what I mean? Like this
Oh,
was,
I miss LimeWire, man. I mean,
yeah,
I don't not for downloading stuff anymore, but all
just
right.
in general,
So
yeah.
95 CV95 asks, when you guys talk about the quality of fragrances, how is that judged? What exactly does that mean? Michael, you want to go first?
Well, that again, that depends on people. Like taste. Like some people, they're very thrown off by aroma chemicals. Like I know, like for example, Cuddles, he doesn't like a lot of fragrances because all he smells is like aroma chemicals, and um, people don't people don't like aroma chemicals, for example, like or ambroxan, which can cause you a headache. There's certain fragrances that make you sneeze that might be attributed to low quality, and then there's also the EDP, the parfum. Like some things just have better blends of materials, or if you're getting things from the Middle East, they might not be regulated in a way that's healthy to even spray on your skin. So
Or
there's
from Russia, buying it off of eBay, like
yeah.
Michael did. I got a Ventus, dude. It was $12.
Yeah, it was
It's
just called
freaking sweet.
Ventus. It was just called Ventus.
Yeah. Why is your face all swelling up? Why are your lips so big?
Right?
Oh man,
Yeah,
no, I'm good.
it's
I'm good.
Botox. It's that new Botox.
It's my Trump face. Anyways,
Yeah.
um,
So
for
yeah,
me,
that's yeah.
I would say quality of fragrance. Every fragrance, most even natural fragrances. We talked about this last night, also on our Instagram live. A lot of your natural fragrances, when they say they're 100% natural, they can also have synthetics in them because synthetics are actually created from natural ingredients. So therefore, they're still allowed to say they're natural. Like Akagawa wood is created from patchouli, and in breaking down is taking all the cleanest parts and different parts of molecules from patchouli and creating a naturally synthetic aroma chemical or chemical. I mean, we're all made out of chemicals, but there are certain fragrances like, if you're going to go buy a $10 fragrance, to each their own. It could still smell good to the average person, but to me and possibly other people, it smells very much like hairspray, like alcohol. You get more alcohol and less of like the fragrant oils, so it kind of burns. But even your most natural fragrances will have synthetics in them, and even if it says 100% natural, I believe there are some. I've got one from Pomera's Stolen Perfume, and it is I believe it's completely natural. Now, when we get into the synthetic parts, I will say this: if you want performance, an awesome performance in a fragrance, 100% natural fragrances might not be for you because a lot of the times you're gonna lack in performance. Which I don't mind. Some natural fragrances just smell so stinking amazing. I'm gonna say hi to some people who just hopped on. Steven, welcome back. Quit dropping your freaking stuff. Oh no, you were playing PlayStation. Stop playing PlayStation. Shannon, I will not start a OnlyFans with Ken. Well, I might, maybe. I don't know. There's Michael again, just throwing his. Oh, there's House of Colossus. Welcome
Hey
back,
y'all,
House of Colossus. What up, Chris?
y'all sub to House of Colossus. That's the homie, for real, for real.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think you making videos is basically you trying to pursue and share a passion of yours to other people. It also has something to do with self-improvement and development along the way. 100%. And Chris says he loves, from the Fox Accord, says he loves your confidence.
They were they were roasting him on one of the streams. They were saying he never blinks. That was awesome. I was trying.
I
It was
love
fat.
his
Yeah,
comedic. He's
it
like,
was Fat Boys. It was Fat Boy Fragrances. He was like reviewing people's channels, and I kept, you know me, like I troll and I troll and I try to break that barrier. He wasn't playing my review, but he played Fox Accords, and they spent quite a bit of time. I was like, that's really cool. You know what I mean? That they were talking about his channel for so long, and then I checked it
what
out. It's
up,
pretty
not
cool.
Angela? I'm calling you not Angela from here. Or Angela's husband. What's up, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Okay, so Shannon says I'd watch it. My wife definitely would. Or if Ken and I did a OnlyFans, if I was on it. Well, tell your wife thank you. Is that inappropriate? But yeah, 95 CV 95. I hope that makes sense to you. I think there are fragrances that are very synthetic and not well blended, and it's going to be a lot of your lower end fragrances. Like a lot of if you have rack stores near you, go to a rack store and look at the fragrances that are not boxed and they're only like $9. Smell them and see for yourself.
Yeah.
That's really, and then put it up against something even like a Calvin Klein fragrance. Like you can smell the difference.
Yeah, you're gonna get like a sharp rubbing alcohol smell, and it's gonna just smell like rubbing alcohol for the most part, mixed with like, I don't know, like hand soap.
Lone Wolf, I appreciate you appreciating my efforts. I wish my efforts had been a little bit more valiant today and I didn't lose 4 hours worth of editing, but it is what it is. So just so you know,
You lost hours worth of editing?
I spent 4 hours editing today. I had an update on my phone. So it wouldn't update. Like I couldn't run the update on my phone because I didn't have enough storage. So I went through and deleted a few things, and I accidentally have deleted the original before I could upload the edited. I uploaded the edited, and I was like, tough. Hell yeah. And then I watched it, and all of my like captions and everything were there, but no video. I was like,
oh, that's tough.
I deleted. Tough. Yeah, but hey, man, it happened. So just so everybody knows, my 21 best pickups of 2021 will be out sometime because I got to do my whiffs of the week tomorrow. So
yeah, I did that same thing on my laptop where I ran out of storage. I had not moved it over to my external hard drive, so I start deleting stuff, and then I corrupt what I was working on in the process. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it sucks. But then I was like, you know what? I'm doing this episode. And I was like, this is going to be an episode enough. And it's an episode I don't have to edit. That's why I like to do more lives. Like if we could start, because like I said, and if you guys, I know we got only 21 people on here, but if you're watching this in the future, which I hope you are, please leave us comments. Let me know any comments. That way, I love answering comments. I love getting to know you guys. I know I'm a little behind today getting caught up with my comments, but
it's very important.
Let me know if you guys want to do more lives, if what days work best for you. Let me know.
Yeah. I think people like the long form stuff. I mean, there's a market for, I think some people want the short form stuff where they just want concise information right away. They don't want no fluff. But then other people, you know what I mean? They want long form conversations in the form of a podcast type deal where you could drop a link and you can just hop on, and then just different people are hopping on and it's just hanging out. That's what I like. I find this appealing, actually. I think someone else should hop on too.
Does anybody else want to hop on? If you want to, I'm going to send you I'm going to share this right now.
Don't be scared.
You know what? I wonder if I can just do this. Hang on.
House of Colossus, if you're on in the chat, bro, hop in, bro.
Yeah, dude. Editing.
He knows a lot about Middle Eastern fragrances.
Okay, on average, Joe. Thank you so much for the super freaking chat. You are the man. Do lives. They're great. I know. I love them too, and I'm glad you love them as well. And like I said, I love getting on.
I got like 30 minutes more tops on here. Then I gotta bounce, man. We gotta get dinner going.
No worries. I mean, we will. 30 minutes works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, editing is is tough, but I've gotten a lot faster at it. You know, if you guys go back, please do. I mean, if y'all want to help, you know, Michael or myself, go back and watch our earlier stuff, because my first episode got like 124 views. My Argos one is at like 80.
Yeah.
Views, and I mean, but you know, tread lightly. They're not as good as they are now, but you know.
Yeah. I'm finding my voice. I noticed that where before I was just like, when that, like my family watches, and that's what they were telling me during Thanksgiving, that they watch my stuff. And I did get feedback. They were like, hey, like, are you talking to us, or are you talking to the camera? Because it sounds like you're just talking to a camera. Like you need to remember that you're actually talking to people, which is, it's an awkward concept in and of itself, like talking to your phone or talking to your camera. It's like, okay, it takes some time getting used to.
Yeah, it is. It was hard for me as well. And actually, I had a subscriber quite some time ago. I think it was not too long after I hit 100 subscribers, and he was like, hey, man, you know, just, I really like what you're doing. I love your content, but you sound very robotic. I was like, yeah. Okay. And I could see that. So now what do? I just pretend all you sons of bitches are in your underwear when I'm looking at the camera, and all y'all are goofy looking. I'm just kidding. You know, I just don't even, you know, I don't even think, I'm just talking to a camera. Yeah. And it's basically, and behind me, like right here behind me, is a mirror. So if you guys ever see me look off, I wonder, you know, I always wonder if like people are actually like, is he reading something? No, I'm not reading anything. I have a mirror right behind me. I have 2 sliding glass doors. That's my closet, and it's mirrors. So I can see my phone. I can see my screen. So if I look, I make sure that I'm still, my camera's still recording and in focus. Yeah. So because sometimes, because when I have my mic set up, then you've noticed I haven't really been wearing my mic. I've had a lot closer. But when I have my mic set up, I can't hear if my camera turns off, or if it just, you know, just stops recording for some reason. This happened to me before. And I filmed an entire episode. And I'm like, it wasn't even recording. I have to do this all over again. But
yeah. I've done that before.
Most of us are in our underwear. You know what's really funny is that usually I do pull. You know, actually, Mike, I guess I didn't ask you. Do you pull the anchor man when you're filming? Are you wearing pants? Are you wearing pants when you're filming? He is wearing pants. Okay, I am too today. Usually I'm in my PJs, dude. Yeah. It's like, I'm like, it's so early in the morning when I start filming. I'm like, I'll just throw on a shirt or a suit top. Like, I'm wearing PJ pants.
Yeah, I'm wearing pants. It's too cold right now to not be wearing no pants.
Oh, whatever, Shannon. I don't look at myself. I have to look at the mirror. I have to pay attention to the camera. Yeah, I mean, for me, really, when getting more comfortable in front of the camera, I actually had a subscriber. I need to reach out to him. I haven't heard from him in a while. Kill Llamas. His name's Roy. He actually was one of the winners of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. He won the siren. But anyways, he reached out to me. He gave me a bunch of advice. He's like, hey, man, square yourself up. Make sure you are like the center of the, you know, in front of the camera. Like, I didn't know any of this shit, like, going into it. I didn't know how to video edit. I mean, I used YouTube to figure all this out.
Yeah, I used Think Media. I used Think Media And so right now I'm using iMovie, which is like not expensive. You know what I mean? Eventually I'm going to go to a pro version, but I used Think Media and they kind of ran me through the whole process. I wrote it down. I did it in real time. And then you learn on the job. That's what this is you're learning on the job. You're learning about making mistakes and you're finding what people connect with and you're finding what people don't connect with.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Anybody who watches my videos, I'm doing the research, getting the fragrance myself, reviewing the fragrance, recording it, editing, doing the thumbnail. It's all me while managing an 8 to 5 and kids, you know what I mean? Gym in a regular life. So sorry if I don't pump out 5 videos, but I'm the type I want to have quality videos. I will upload once or twice a week, but every one of those videos I want to be quality, concise, and to the point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I feel the same way, like, all my episodes most of the time. Now I have more time to actually pre-record, but I still, I still don't have as much time as I'd like to, but, I film all my episodes that day and then, upload them. I guess I kind of do a little bass backwards. I film, I edit, I save all my, work, and then I build my thumbnail. And then I upload the video, and thumbnails are so easy. And so I use Viva Video on iPhone. So, but now I've had a camera for a long time. And I've used it a couple times. I've gotten so used to using. Oh, look at this! On average, Joe wants to come on. All right, cool.
You're pretty good with the thumbnails. I like your thumbnails. They catch the eye pretty easily.
It's me being artsy fartsy, dude.
Artsy fartsy.
Right. Artsy fartsy, man. More fartsy than artsy. All right.
I get it.
On average Joe. I'm gonna throw him on here. Let's see here. All right. What up, Joe?
Hey, what's up? How are y'all doing?
I'm good.
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying a Saturday, some Sour Patch Kids, a little bit of scotch. And
how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, nice and mellow. Nice. Again, filled with Johnny Walkers. How about y'all's?
It was good, man.
Good food, good, man.
Good family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some dog sitting. I took a day off of YouTube, which is nice. So man.
It's always good to take a day off, definitely. The 5 pound bag. But hey, chat, by the way. But I just wanted to come on.
Okay.
I enjoy your channel a lot. Great channel. Cool. So thank you. I also did have a question because you mentioned Argos a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
There was the main one that everyone talks about. It's like a tobacco one. I forgot.
Prime for Bacchus.
Yes. Yeah. Or I think you just covered a newer one that began with a D.
Yeah, Dane.
Out of the two, like for me looking to try one, like if I could only try one immediately, which one would you maybe recommend I try
what
first?
Kind of fragrances do you lean towards?
I'm not as fresh centric. I'm more on like the oriental side or the darker side of things. And I'm sorry if I just offended somebody. I just realized I used that word, but that's a habit. But yes,
it's all right, man.
On the darker side of things, I love tonkas, I love spices, leathers, boozy.
Okay.
So then anything else.
Well, Triumph of Bacchus it's beautiful, man. I mean, it's a gorgeous tobacco fragrance. It's tobacco. It's a very luscious, juicy pear. What else is in it? It's pear and apple. The tonka, or not the tonka, but I'm sorry, the tobacco is very more along your sweet tobaccos, like a nice pipe tobacco. I mean, it's a gorgeous fragrance. And then, I mean, Dane is just completely kind of out of the norm of what Argos has been doing because I haven't done a patchouli fragrance. Man, I'm going to tell you what, this is stellar, man, because it's got a really beautiful opening with bergamot and Sicilian lemon. But it starts out like that fresh, but man, it gets warm real quick. And it's got this really nice, sticky, jammy, sweet patchouli in it. Really nice woody aspects and this really balsamic, like leathery cistus. So Dane might be your jam. But you can go over to Argos and you can get yourself a discovery set and try them all.
I mean, no, I would, but it's also just like, I like the bottles and then just one of the two. I always like to, when I get a sample set, at least walk away with one of the bottles. And then at the very least, I'll just give it away on one of my videos or something. But I just, I had that question and I was like, let me just ask him, especially since he dropped the link real quick.
Yeah. Triumph of Bacchus I would say Triumph of Bacchus and Dane are kind of tying it up for like my two favorites. Triumph of Bacchus is just a beautiful, and I use the word sexy lightly, but I mean, it's a sexy fragrance. It is very well put together, very well blended. So it's smooth as butter. It's creamy, tobacco, slightly boozy. I mean, it's beautiful, man. I mean, it's like, and completely unisex. Like, I think I would love to smell it on a woman, but, I would say it's unisex, more masculine leaning. And a lot of people compare it to, Mancera's Red Tobacco, which is, one I own. It's a fantastic fragrance, but Red Tobacco is much harsher for quite some time than Triumph of Bacchus. Triumph of Bacchus is literally like the luxury version of Red Tobacco.
Okay.
But yeah. Ken, it was good to see you, brother. Keep doing your thing, Mike and Brian. All right, we will. But yeah, man, so do you have a channel, right?
I do have a channel. It's basically this, but it has Ann in the so it's Ann Unaverage Joe instead of just Unaverage Joe.
Yeah.
That's
right. I see him in he's in all the live streams. Like he's a consistent one of those consistent people that are in there. Yeah. I see him in there a lot. I see Unaverage Joe a lot. I see Time to Musk up a lot. Yoshi's always in there. There's a few of us that are consistently in the live streams.
I've been around for a very long time, technically speak. I've been around since like Chad from A Gentleman's Journey.
I love Chad.
Him and I literally started at this maybe like a month apart. He started like a month before me. I've just been on like a few hiatuses. My sister is a professional dancer. Like she does music videos and not sure if y'all are familiar with the show Dance Moms, but that's like kind of sort of what she does. Not for them, but just in her life of competitive dancing. So like for a while until she just now turned 18. So now she's old enough to do her own thing. But prior to that, I kind of it was tough for me to like make the videos and put the quality out the way I wanted to while still balancing that. So I just kind of took a few years back, but I've been around for a minute and I always loved this interaction and the fact that like live streams now are a thing.
Yeah.
Just makes it so much easier, so much better to do. So,
I mean, it's definitely going to be a, huge thing come up in 2022 and for YouTube. And that's why I like doing live streams. I like this interaction. I like meeting new people like yourself and finally getting to meet Mike. I would love to be able, down the road, I know that these live streams will start gaining a lot more traction. Because I believe in myself and I believe in this channel and I believe in everybody that comes on here. And, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And God, that's good. Dude, maybe I'll get Jeremy Fragrance on here one day.
Hey, Speak it.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I'm going to get Neil on here. Neil commented on one of my episodes. And I forgot. Neil subscribed to my channel quite a while ago, I think.
Neil, I love Neil. Like, Neil already said he would... that I could come on his stream. So I know he's cool with that. And, if he hopped on today, that'd be cool too. But yeah,
but
I like Neil.
I think he's probably on Dan's stream. Dan's getting scared of the Godfather, dude. I'm telling you. He don't know what's coming, man.
He has no idea.
Him and Joey Cannoli got some beef apparently.
Oh, well, he can have the fragrance community, man. All I got is family. Yeah, family's thicker than blood's thicker than water, bitches. So bring it, Dan. I'm just kidding. I love Dan.
If Dan wants to have me on, like I'm hopping on Dan's stream too.
Yeah,
Dan,
I will
Dan's
too.
got a pretty big base, bro.
I mean, the last time I did, I'll try to bring.
How do you feel about that? Because you just kind of just sat there, huh? Like when Cuddles was on, I don't know. If
I couldn't say anything. Yeah, I was like,
his medicine kicked in. He was on a roll.
It's hard. It's hard sometimes with Cuddles, but he has like a really enigma personality, a really good personality for sure.
Yeah, that's what I does. Like. It's a quality to be able to talk and just.
He's an entertainer.
Just to be able to talk. Yeah, just to be able to talk. That's a quality. He has the gift of gab for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, and I don't ever want to. You know, I wanted to do it at 3:30 to not try to take away from Dan's, because I know a lot of the people who hop on here are on Dan's stream. I guarantee you, if I went out, looked at it right now, I'd be like, "What are you guys doing over here?" Like, I'm just kidding, you know, but I'm trying to like not compete.
When I saw that Dan was going to hop on before you, I was going to hop onto his stream and then tell everybody on his stream to come over to my stream, to your stream. I mean, that's what I was going to do. But
yeah, dude. I mean,
I just figured it would have been like a funny troll move, but yeah, he changed it.
He changed the time back to his normal 5:30 slot.
Yeah.
Well, no, he went on at 3 today.
Oh.
No, he changed the time last minute.
Oh, it's not 5:30? I mean, 3 o'clock?
No, he changed. He pushed it back
changed
at
the
the
time
last.
at the
He
last
realized.
minute.
He realized. Oh wait, no, this is too early. Like this isn't my.
Okay.
Let me.
Normal time slot. Yeah.
You know, I might actually. I was thinking about doing 7:30 on Saturdays for kind of after Dan's channel. You know, after his live, but I've got a lot of people from the UK, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of flip-flop it. Like every other Saturday, do it at 3:30 and then do it at 7:30 every, you know, just basically 2 at 3:30 a month and 2 at 5:30 or 7:30 a month. That way we can get, you know, our US subscribers and our UK subscribers. And I can, you know, I want to be there for all of them. I don't want to just, you know, be like, oh, well, I'm from America. Screw you guys. No,
exactly.
I want to, I've got people from Romania watching me. I mean, not right now, but my parents are Romanian. My mom's Romanian.
Oh, nice.
So I'm adopted, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, anyways, but you know, it's crazy to see all the people that like subscribe to your channel. Like, oh, they're like, shout out from the Netherlands. I'm like, what up? Tell Michelle I said, hey, give me, you know, throw her my number. Right. That's one person I want to get on here is Michelle.
She's a great personality too. Like even like in actual live format settings and stuff, she's just great.
Who are you talking about? Curly?
I mean,
yeah, Curly Fragrance.
Yeah, she's funny. I like her stuff.
She is absolutely.
She puts those clips on there, bro. They make me laugh, man.
Oh, she is the meme queen,
bro. She puts those clips on there. They make me laugh. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. I mean that's a whole other conversation. It's just like, you know, look at her channel versus, you know, look how many episodes she has. After you get down here, Michael and Joe, you know, take a gander at how many episodes you have and videos you have, and look how many she has and how many more subscribers she has than us.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really tripping on none of that.
I'm not either.
Yeah,
I'm not either. She's a master of her craft. She does exactly what.
Like some people just got it. You know what I mean? Like people look for ways to like discredit someone, but I mean, some people just got it. Like they got the ability, they got the looks, they got the personality, they got the ability to be in front of a camera, they got the ability to talk to people and network off the camera. They just got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, as long as you're doing what you love, that's all that matters, man. That is all that matters. And you know, like I've said before, I'm always just going to be me. And if you don't like me, that's cool. I don't try to be everybody's cup of tea. I try to be everybody's glass of whiskey. I'm a little harsh at first, and then I don't nice smooth finish, baby.
I don't try to be anything to anybody. Like you can love me if you want. If you can hate me, that's fine too. I literally couldn't care less. But my intent is to come on here and connect with people that want to connect. So That's really, you know what I mean? Like, what's most important to me is God, my family, and and this falls underneath that. So
Pete says he doesn't like me. That's fine. That's fine, Pete. I love you. Kill him with kindness. See what I did there? Let's see here. Ricky just showed up. What up, Ricky? Chris at Fox Score says, I'm going to plead the fifth on my thoughts about Jeremy Fragrance. Cool. Yeah, it is what it is. I did watch that episode where Neil, damn you, Shannon. Anyways, and Pete, they both said they don't like me. I don't care. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Wait, I'm already home. So.
You're good.
Yeah. What was I gonna? I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, Neil. I saw the video, the episode where Neil met Jeremy Fragrance and tried to get him to do like.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
the CC. He's like, I won't do it. I will not do it. He's like, why would I do that?
I think so I don't want to break down the third wall because I mean, I do think a bit of it is theater.
There's a wall.
Yeah, the third wall. Yeah, for those of y'all who know like that, what that means, I think it was it was a skit. It was a funny skit at that. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think Neil's cool. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Neil. A lot of people don't like Neil, but I think if I was to actually meet him, I think he's actually got a pretty good heart.
No, I'm totally gonna. I'm totally going to have him on here because I think Neil is an amazing entertainer and just he's a really intelligent guy. He really is. And I want
to find out how he does his Amazon reviews because apparently he's making good money doing that. So
his Amazon reviews are on point.
Yeah, if I can get him to to give me the rub.
It's really easy actually. I can tell you if you want to DM me, I can tell you how to do it.
Yeah, man. Like.
All you have to do is it's literally Google it. It's the Amazon affiliate marketing.
Yeah. I'm so close to starting an OnlyFans and just start showing my feet, man. It's like we're getting there. We're getting there. There's a market.
Cool. I've got a buddy who has one and his feet. It's real weird what he does. And I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I'm doing YouTube full time. He's like, hey man, it's better than what I do on the camera. He's like, I just make a lot more money doing it. I'm like,
yeah,
right.
That's
it's all jokes. I don't think I would do anything like that, but you hear stories about people doing stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it is. One of Rick, one of my subscribers, he asked me, he's like, "What? Has anybody asked you to show you your feet yet?" I was like,
"Yeah."
What does that mean? Apparently, that's a thing. Like people ask to see your feet. I'm like,
it's a thing.
I mean, I get Manny's petties. I'm a grown ass man. I don't care. I love Manny's petties. And yeah, I got nice feet. You ain't gonna see them. Maybe.
Make it a mystery.
$100 right now, super chat.
Yeah, someone leave my feet.
I was just about to say that.
If someone leaves $100 super chat,
I will play for $150. I will pull that guitar off the wall right now and play Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just got a foot pill done, so my feet are falling apart. If y'all leave $100. I need to get off here soon, man. I gotta get some food in my stomach.
Okay, Chris, where's $100? Man, everybody's talking about OnlyFans. I'm not starting an OnlyFans page, but I will say everybody does need to go check out Joe's channel, and it's and an unaveraged Joe. I think I'm subscribed to your channel.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'll edit my name right this second, so this way you.
Yeah. Show everybody. Go check out Mike's channel. Give him some love, guys, and you will see. Okay, there you go. An average Joe. Follow us all on Instagrams because I do a Friday night with Ken from Ken Scents on Instagram. This coming Wednesday, I'm doing one with Dave Callie. With Dave Callie, and we're going to be talking about getting everybody pumped up for Scent Explore this coming weekend. Every Saturday, I will let you guys know. Will you play something by The Darkness for $10?
Ooh.
All right, hang on. Let's see if I can. Let me see. Let's see. I got to remember how to play it. I can't remember. Dude, I haven't played it in forever. Anyways, I haven't played that song in forever. But yes, that's the best I'm going to get for Darkness. It wasn't worth 10 minutes. I believe in a thing called love. But
hey,
yes,
Brian,
anyways, so every Saturday.
I just got a call, and so now I can't hear y'all. So I'm going to dip. I love you. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate
see you, Mike.
You're a good ambassador. It's good to meet you, an average Joe. It's good to meet you. Thank you. Shout out to House of Colossus. Shout out to Mike with the Fragrance Wardrobe. Shout out to Tyler with Simply Scents. Shout out to Miami Cuddle. Shout out to Dan, the worldwide leader of the fragrance community. Shout out to Brian, the godfather of the fragrance family. And I love y'all. Y'all subscribe to my channel. It's been a pleasure. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to go eat tortilla soup.
Sorry, Shannon.
Nice.
All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps up the stream. I really appreciate you checking it out. Before I state anything else, let me just say that if you are still watching at this point, you are hardcore. You are not a casual. From the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate the support. If you're part of the 65% of the people who watch the video who aren't subscribed, consider doing so. Consider subscribing. It takes a second. Just stop, click the button, subscribe, and then you're done. I do have a lot of exciting content coming down the pipe, so please do make sure you stay tuned. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Take care. Bye.